This is how long it would really take to renovate your house, delays included. In this video, I'm going to break down real timeline for flipping homes in DC, including all the delays and hiccups that no one tells you about. Buckle up because this might just save you from making very expensive mistakes. Let's start with planning and design. On paper, this phase typically takes about 1 to 2 months, but here's what they don't tell you. This timeline assumes everything goes smoothly, and in reality, it often doesn't. First, finding the right architect or designer can take weeks, sometimes months. In the DC competitive market, good professionals are often booked out, and once you do find someone, the back and forth design revisions can drag on. Then there's the permit process. Oh, the permit process. In DC, this is a nightmare. The city is notorious for its slow, complex permitting system. I've seen simple permits take months to get approved. And if you're dealing with a historic property, prepare for even more delays as you navigate the Historic Preservation Review Board. Here's a tip. Start this process as early as possible, even before you choose the house, if you can, and always build a buffer for unexpected delays. Number 2, the demolition and preparation, the hidden time eater. I'm telling you, this is something else. This phase is usually estimated at a month, but here's the kicker. It also where many homeowners encounter their first major setback. Why? Because this is when you start to uncovering all the hidden issues in your home. Asbestos in the walls, that's a delay. Lead paint, another delay. Structural issues that weren't apparent during the inspections. You guessed it, more delays. I once worked on a project where we discovered an entire basement that wasn't on original plans and most importantly was never permitted when the work was previously done by the previous owner. This also adds months to our timelines and thousands of dollars in our budget. The lesson here, always budget extra time and money for surprises during the phase. It's not a matter of if you'll find issues, but when. Number 3, renovations. The marathon, not the sprint. Now we get to the meat of the project. And actually, renovation on an average, this phase is estimated to take 3 to 6 months. But let's be clear, this is best case scenario. In reality, major renovations in DC often stretch well beyond this timeline. Why? Several reasons. First, here's the contractor schedule. Good contractors in DC are often juggling multiple projects. Delays on one project can have a domino effect on others. Then there's weather. DC weather can be unpredictable, and extreme conditions can halt outdoor work for days or even weeks. Don't forget about material delays. In recent years, supply chain issues have caused major headaches. I've seen projects stall for weeks to months waiting on specific materials to arrive. And let's talk about change orders. Almost every homeowner decides to make changes mid-project. Each change, no matter how small, can add days or weeks to your timeline. My advice, when a contractor gives you timeline, mentally double it. It sounds pessimistic, but in my experience, it's realistic. Finally, we have the finished touches. This phase is often estimated at 1 to 2 months, but here's where many homeowners get tripped up. They underestimate how long these final details will take. Final inspections can be a major holdup. If the inspector finds issues, you're looking at more work and another inspection. This can go back and forth several times. Landscaping is another time-consuming element, especially if you're starting from scratch. And in DC climate, you may need to time your landscaping with the seasons. Then there's cleaning and staging. If you're flipping to sell, this step is crucial and can take longer than you think. One often overlooked aspect, getting all the systems up and running smoothly, HVAC, electrical, plumbing, make sure everything is working perfectly can take time. So let's tally it all up because best case scenario, you're looking at 6 months to flip a house in DC, but realistically, you should be preparing for at least 6 months to a year or more. And that's not accounting all the major issues or extensive renovations. Here's my advice. If you're planning to flip a house in DC, be realistic about the timeline. Build a buffer for delays, and most importantly, have a contingency plan. Where will you live if the renovation takes longer than expected? Can your budget handle a few months of extra rent or mortgage payments? In my next video, I'll dive into the financial side of flipping houses in DC, breaking down the realistic budgets and hidden costs. And if you found this information helpful, please help me. Please like or subscribe and hit the notification bell so that we don't miss out on more real talk about DC real estate and renovations. Remember, when it comes to house flipping, knowledge isn't just power, it's profit. The more realistically you can plan, the more success your flip will be. See you in the next video.